Welcome to the Halfway House with Benny Everell and Matt Delvecchio from GolfBet. We are halfway through the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, and surprise, surprise, it's over. Apparently it's over. Scottie Scheffler is 3 shots ahead. He's absolutely gapping the field here, the world number one. And look, honestly, I don't think you can back him now if you didn't get on him before, and I don't think you can back anyone else. Matty, do you agree?
Yeah, I think Scottie completely showed why he's the number one in the world today. I mean, it's really scary to look at anyone else. He's minus 190 right now, so the books kind of think it's over too. With that being said, it's a hard course. You know, these are major type conditions. Things can happen, but when Scottie showed a little bit of leeway today, when he messed up a little bit, he jumped right back with the eagle and stomped everyone's foot with the birdie on 18. So I think this is Scottie's.
We'll give you a quick leaderboard update, of course. As I said, Scottie Scheffler, 9 under. He's 3 clear of the Canadian Adam Hadwin and last year's champion and FedEx Cup champion Victor Hovland there at 6 under. We have, Keegan Bradley at 5 under with Christian Bezuidenhout and then Ludwig Aubert, who is 4 under and having a slight hope, I guess, from that point. But as you said, it's Scottie Scheffler. He's out there in front. He opened the door on the back nine today. 2 bogeys in 3 holes. Looked like, okay, maybe there's a bit of vulnerability there. And then he just goes bang, crash, wallop. Brilliant eagle on the 15th.
Yeah.
Absolutely sublime stuff. Great approach shot, nails it. And then to nail a birdie on the tough 18th hole, just to step on the neck of anyone who thought they might have a chance this weekend, was pretty impressive stuff. And I'm laughing inside because, Matty, those who don't know that I've been not on the Scheffler train at all this year.
You're not the
and
Scheffler
finally
guy.
I'm on it this week. I'm on Scheffler this week, and if I get Scheffler up, I overtake you, who's loved Scheffler all year. You didn't take him this week. How you feeling about your man, Xander?
I'm feeling terrible at Xander. Honestly, he did not show me a lot today. I mean, yesterday he basically relied on his putter, right? And his irons have been bad all week long. Today his putter let him down because he was leaning on it so much yesterday. He is not someone I would look for a live bet. I hate to say the words giving up, but I'm kind of giving up on Xander. This is not his week. Out of the top 12 right now, he is the worst strokes gained approach, except for Keegan Bradley over the last 2 rounds. I mean, his irons are really letting him down. He honestly is lucky to be at 3 under. He should probably be at 2 or 1 under. He made that unbelievable hole out from the bunker. So, I mean, he's lucky to be where he is. He can grind it out, but I don't think he's chasing down Scottie this week.
The other obviously thing we have here is we do have a US Open next week. So you have to take that into consideration when you're looking at weekend bets, guys who may or may not put the foot down. And that's why we are here at the Halfway House, right? We're here to tell you guys, if you've got to reset, if you haven't got a bet on Scheffler at this point and it's too late to get on him now, where do we go? What we're going to advocate here is not the outright market with Scheffler in it. There is actually markets out there, winner without Scottie Scheffler. This is where you need to go if you're looking for some sort of juice over the weekend. Or you can go into the place markets, of course, top 5s and top 10s, right, Matty? Now, let's start with the winner without Scheffler, i.e. who's going to finish second behind him at the end of this week. You get at the top of the leaderboard there, you've got Hovland at plus 400. I actually really like that number from here.
Yeah, that's a lot of value, to be honest with you. I mean, he's T2 right now. He's tied with Hadwin at 6 under, so 3 back, pretty big gap that Scottie has. But I mean, plus 400 between Hadwin, Bezuidenhout, Keegan Bradley. Yes, you got Aberg sneaking there, but I mean, if you look at this field, you look at this golf tournament, you look at those players, that's a lot of value, plus 400.
Oh, yeah, I think he's the obvious choice there, and you still get a little bit of juice, as I said, at that 400 number. So I don't mind that. If you want to go further down the board and see a long shot, you're all the way down to Morikawa, who's 2 under, about plus 1,400. But he's someone who, as we pivot here, I would advocate that it might be someone to look at in, say, a top 5 market from this point. If you think he's going to make a move, you might get some juice there. I know you've got your eyes on some other guys, though, in these top 5, top 10 markets.
Yeah, top 5 is actually a really good bet right now that I'm looking at just because of how top-heavy this leaderboard is. I mean, you got Scottie Scheffler, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Aberg, and then obviously Xander and Morikawa there. Outside of those guys, I mean, those are top players in the world, and they're all at the top right now. So that top 5 market, you can actually get some pretty good value, and I'd be looking at someone like Ludwig Aberg. I mean, I'm a little worried about this whole injury situation that's going on, that no one really knows what it is, but he's still playing fantastic, and he's plus 170 right now for top 5. And I think just the way his irons have been, but even more so than that, his scrambling has been unbelievable this week. He is 3rd strokes gained around the green today, 6th over the last 2 rounds. That's exactly what you need to do at a course like Muirfield Village, and that's exactly how you're going to have a top finish. So plus 170 Aberg, that's what I'd be looking at.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm looking at the stats, which is what I have in front of me in terms of, I don't have the odds. But let me talk about a few other guys that are outside the top 5 that might be able to manoeuvre back in. He's just had a poor finish, but young Akshay Bhatia, it was only bogey on the tough last 2 holes in tough wins. He's actually playing well across the week. 3rd strokes gained off the tee so far, 24th on approach, 26th putting, 20th around the green. So in the top 26 across all those metrics, he could essentially rebound and get back into the top 5. You might get some value there. And as I said earlier, Morikawa is a player who I advocated to be the winner without Scheffler before the tournament started. I still think he's good enough to make a move up. If you can find some value there, he's another one. One more guy who, 4 top 20s in a row here, maybe he can make a move into the top 5, is Siwoo Kim. Definitely someone to keep an eye out. He loves this joint. He's inside the top 20 in off the tee, approach, and around the green so far. He's lost some strokes on the greens. If you can get the putter hot over the next 2 rounds, Siwoo Kim is still an option in those place markets.
Yeah, some good juice there. I mean, you got Siwoo Kim's plus 600 for the top 5, Akshay's plus 650, so pretty good payouts. Colin Morikawa is a little steeper number. He's plus 280. I think that one's a little scarier. He's obviously a little higher. Actually, I think he's lower. He's at 2 under, correct? So 280 for that. I think there's value, though, where Siwoo
not the greatest
Akshay,
price.
for sure.
Not the greatest price there.
Yeah.
I think that, as you said, we go forward. These are where we have to look, though, right? We just have to almost assume that Scheffler's winning this tournament. So we have to find different ways to get in if you want to get in over the weekend. Keep in mind, as I said, and this is a Morikawa thing as well, or a Rory McIlroy scenario, they have the US Open. Have they, in the back of their mind, given this tournament to Scottie Scheffler, are they going to grind hard for a top 5? Whereas someone like Hadwin, as you said, look, I don't know if I trust him, but at the same time, he knows that he needs a top 2 or 3 finish to jump Corey Connors in the Olympic rankings for Canada with just this week and next week to go. So he's not necessarily, he wants to win this tournament, but if Scheffler's pulling away, he knows he needs to be second. So that's something that you have to factor in. Will that be something that makes him nervous and makes him drop, or will that be something he chases and plays well for? These are the things you have to sort of keep in mind.
I mean, it's a great point. Everyone is kind of looking towards next week, and if you're Scottie Scheffler, who obviously you got to win a tournament, you want to win a tournament for sure. But if you're getting this gap that's so big, it is a big question of what's the emphasis for everyone else to finish high. And you look at those guys who need to finish high, and you kind of like them a little bit more. And that's another bet that I'm looking at myself is Tommy Fleetwood is sneaking around. He's the classic guy who has high finishes, but he's sneaking around. And if you want a way to look at him, top UK and Ireland market on FanDuel, Tommy Fleetwood's plus 280. He's really against minus 140 Rory, and then Fitzpatrick back at 600. I don't really think Rory's going to be super motivated to go out and win this thing and finish high. Do you think he has that? I think he's looking at next week as well. I mean, sure, he's going to play his best and try to grind it out maybe tomorrow, but say tomorrow doesn't go well and he has a snowball's chance to do something in the final round, he might be lazy. And Tommy Fleetwood's in no position to be lazy. I mean, he's going to do everything he possibly can because he needs all the finishes and the money and the points. So he's someone that I think could be very hungry.
Yeah, I don't mind that. What's going to happen with Rory? Going to happen with Rory though is he's going to go out tomorrow taking dead aim, right? So you're going to get a potential 5 under from Rory, or you're going to get a 3 over from Rory. It's going to be one of those days. He's going to attack early. If he doesn't make birdies early, I think you'll see the foot come off the gas. And in that case, Tommy is value because you got to assume Tommy's going to try to play his way into form over the next 2 days, whereas Rory's going to start thinking about next week from that point. So, these are all these factors. That's why we do this. That's why the halfway house exists. Keep an eye on those things that you might not think otherwise. They're out there. Matty, I think that's pretty much it for today. You got any sneaky ones to throw in?
Yeah, late? let's leave the people with one last note, because everybody wants to bet outright, right? Like, yes, these other markets are great, but you want to get the winner. You want to get the juice. If you want outright, if you really do, and you don't want to touch Scottie right now at minus 190, my advice would be wait after tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. You know, like if Scottie loses his lead a little bit, Hovland goes and plays amazing, someone else sneaks up, there's a good chance Scottie could only have a 1 or 2 stroke lead going into Sunday. And if it's a 1 stroke lead going into Sunday, you're going to get value on someone else. The scary part is I wouldn't jump on anyone right now because I think Scottie's going to go out there and have a 4 or 5 stroke lead going into Sunday, and then the whole thing's over. So what would you suggest for anyone that does want to get on the outright market now?
Yeah, 100%. I think you've got to wait one more day. You've got to see where it shakes out. And even if Scheffler has a 3-shot lead going into Sunday, you're going to get better odds on the chasers. You're going to get better odds if you think someone can chase him down. Right now, I think the only guy really that has a chance in the small chance is Victor Hovland. I'd want to see 10, 12, 15 to 1 to how well Scottie Scheffler's playing. So I don't think you're getting value, if you will, at 650 or thereabouts. Just wait and see. Even if Hovland gets a little closer, you're still going to get 5 to 1 for a 2-shot deficit, or 4 to 1 for a 1-shot deficit. You know, so wait and see what happens. Then decide whether you think Scheffler's going to fade. I don't think he's going to. Well, that's pretty much it from the halfway house. We've got 2 rounds to go, but as I said, I'm on the Scottie Scheffler train for the first time this year. He's going to win because he's going to put me in front on expert picks. Matty Del Vecchio's been on him every other week this year. Hasn't been able to put up a big enough gap in those picks. So that would just be brilliant. I'd love that sort of trolling to be able to put it on him for the next couple of weeks to say I jumped in front because he didn't back his own man and I jumped on right at the right time.
For all the Scottie truthers out there, we do not want the Scottie doubter to profit at the right time and to jump on Scottie at the right time. He's been doubting him, now he's joining it. He can't have this. He can't have all of this. Let's hope someone can get back into this. And who wouldn't love to see Hovland jump in and actually make this a fun Sunday, you know? Let's get someone else in this event.